suspensions, tight ropes, and flags galore. One could say it's a game week where it's fun with flags, but more importantly, we are past the halfway mark. Welcome to the Game Week 20 edition of the FPL Addicts Podcast. Fire away. Ladies, gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be tuning in. We have got pretty much under 55 minutes left until the Game Week 20 deadline. So without further ado, not in such a hurry. Rev, Reidy, as per usual, and both of you have also changed your titles as well. First of all, Reidy, welcome. How many flags do you have?
Well, before this deadline, I had, I think it was one flag. I was doing okay. You know what? Wasn't doing too bad. But then, as you'll see later on, I decided to make moves into a flag. So without me saying what that is now, I'll explain a little bit later. But yeah, one flag for me. It wasn't too bad. I know that others are in a worse situation, i.e. yourself, or that way, whichever way you are there. So yeah, I'm excited to see what your plan is, matey.
Rev, good morning to you from Spain.
Yeah, good morning, all the way from sunny Spain this morning, visiting my newborn nephew. So he's been a little delight. That's been good. Life is full of delights at the moment. 100-point game week, about time. I had a good game week, So yeah, feeling good. Hopefully ready to attack another game week now, and not just sit on my hands, but maybe just start capitalizing on this game week and continue and maybe snowball from here. I feel like, it was a good game week, but I can't just, take it easy now. I've got to keep going if I'm ever going to catch us. So, yeah, it's still on. We're only halfway through.
He means business, don't you, Rev?
Yeah, I do. I do, man. Yeah, and so yeah, thanks, Chaz. And good morning to everyone else in the chat as well. Good morning, Colm. Good morning, Miriam. Always a pleasure to have you on board.
Who's constant Rev, by the way?
That's me.
That is you.
Yeah.
Who's this constant Rev guy? Is this like his alter ego or something?
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. Let's have a look at the team. How did we get on?
Yeah, it's a great game week. Obviously, Alexander-Arnold and Hall doing a double-digit haul. So that was great. Even Robinson, Robinson snuck in there with a cheeky assist, which was great. Palmer blanked for what was it, his fourth game week in a row? Oh no, because he got a 10-pointer against Fulham. Well, he's blanked 4 times in the last 5 game weeks. So, yeah, he's obviously the outlier, but I can't complain at all with Rodgers and Salah doing the business. Finally got me captain's corner correct. I feel like I've been trying to be a bit too cute recently, but just boom, armband on Salah, don't overthink it. And then Isaac doing Isaac things. But my main differential at the moment, probably, me, guys, I'm the Rev. Got to put my faith in Jesus. And so there it is. Faith in Jesus was undoubtedly rewarded there with a cheeky 12-pointer. That does feel nice. Yeah. And he's looking good going forward as well.
And that took you to the 100 points on that last.
Yeah. On the last day, I was on 98 points or something when he came with this, or 97 points or something when he came with the assist, something like that. So yeah.
I was going to say, did he end up getting? He got top bonus as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the bonus points. Yeah.
So realistically, you know what I mean. He's got full 3 bonus. He would have been on 9. That would have took you just 3 shy of 100. Would have been on 97. And then the 3 bonuses took you there.
Yeah. So it was great to see those 3 figures, you know, in my points. And not complain. And going forward, the team looks okay, but the team could be even better. And I really want to continue to attack, especially because, you know, I've got other managers around me, you know, and this isn't a dig at anyone, who are struggling with flags this week, whereas I get to turn the knife this week. So yeah, it's going to be good.
Some fighting talk, okay, Chaz.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that? Oh, he's gone.
He's been too intimidated. He's too afraid.
You've put him off.
He's took one look at my team and gone, you know what? I give up. That's what he's doing.
The device is not connected. He's like, yeah, I'm out. I'm out of here.
What about you anyway, mate? Oh yeah, Chaz is back. What?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I mean, in terms of my points, I'm sure Chaz has got it there.
Yeah, on its way. So I clicked the wrong tab.
Chaz is like,
yeah, get a red card.
Sense off, Chaz. Sense off, mate. You're off. He's come back on the pitch after VAR review, so all good. But yeah, I think I got 65. I mean, compared to 100 points, it's way off. But I think generally 60s, 70s. I mean, I know there were people getting 80s and 90s, which is ridiculous. But yeah, for me, not great. I didn't take it. I think I rolled my transfer as well. But I ended up with no playing keeper this week because Fabianski got chinned, wasn't going to be playing.
That's aggressive.
Flecken goes off. I mean, I'm sure Chaz will be able to relate here. Flecken went off injured. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, actually, I might have a playing keeper in Valdemarson who came on for that Brighton game. I thought, well, actually, I don't need to do anything as such. So I'll roll. 8 10 points benched. Valdemarson didn't even play because Flecken was back. Miracle happened with his groin or whatever thing he'd injured. And yeah, but that's that. So Virgil got his first clean sheet for me since I bought him, I think. So that was nice to get.
Yeah, you've been dead unlucky with Virgil points.
Obviously, I'd have preferred to have had Trent, but I ended up with the 6 points, so I can't complain, I guess. Gabriel, no clean sheet for Arsenal again. I think is that. They got the Ipswich one. They didn't get Palace. Yeah, but yeah, 2 points. And then Robinson, 4 points. Midfield, not as good as what it could have been. I mean, 3 Chelsea. I've put a lot of faith in Chelsea in the last few weeks, getting Palmer, Enzo, Jackson, tripling up. And they've just been a little bit shite, should I say. Salah, 32 captain, does what it says on the tin. Luis Diaz, finally, that 9-pointer, after bringing him in for the Leicester one. And he didn't play at all. So 9 points from him. Hopefully that continues against Man United and we smashed them about 9-0. And then, yeah, Cunha, nothing. Jackson, nothing. And Isaac with a nice little 7-pointer.
Oh, by the way, Cunha, about time.
It's about time, but I mean, listen, boys.
It's about time he blanked.
2-game ban, technically 1-game ban. We'll be expecting a bit more than that.
Yeah.
We were. Because technically one of those, well, not technically, one of those games that he's missing is FA Cup. So he's only missing 1 league game, you know, Mikey. Is that justified? Or
say it again?
Is that justified that he's only missing 1 Premier League game?
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I think, to be honest, like, I feel like players get a really bad rap. I mean, you know, you anyone who's played footy knows that, like, you know, you're full of adrenaline after the game, and if a bunch of staff start coming over, I'd push your face away as well. You know, yeah. You sat there. You know, these guys are only humans. They're sat there performing in front of 60,000 people at the absolute knife edge of competitive sport, and then a bunch of people come on the pitch afterwards and get in your face. Yeah, I'd push someone away as well. You know.
Yeah, elbow to the back of the head and pulling someone's glasses off isn't pushing someone away, is it, Ref?
Well, that's the thing, though. Like these players, like, they're expected to perform at, like, the absolute highest level. And, you know, there's this thing in sports science called the aggression curve, where, you know, you a certain amount of aggression actually leads to higher performance. And, you know, so we're expecting these guys to find the absolute perfect balance. of that in front of 50,000 people. No, they're just human beings, man.
Yeah,
so,
fair play. There's a lot of pressure there, and there's
there is. Obviously, he shouldn't have done it, but I wouldn't like to be in that situation myself either. So,
fair dues.
Yeah.
Fair dues. And on to you, Chaz, mate. How did you fare for the game week? How did you get on?
Correct. Before I do, I want to say a couple of things in the comments. First of all, happy birthday to you, Miriam, from yesterday. I know she was
happy birthday.
I hope you had an awesome day. And John David, once again, thank you for coming back and tuning into our coverage.
Johnny D, back again.
Yeah, not much better. 68 points. Virgil, clean sheet. Robert, assist. Rogers, yes. Salah captain as everyone else. Isaac, and look, bench owner again. What am I doing?
That's going to be the lessons learned. When you look back in the season, you'll go, I benched Dana for a lot of points.
Oh,
and
God.
That's how it is.
Sick of it, man.
It's a game at the end of the day. I don't want to say who gives a, you know what I mean? But these decisions, because we play it week in, week out, we're so invested in it. They hurt at times, these points on the bench, right? But I think you were the culprit of it last season, weren't you, Mikey? Benching, was it Everton and Newcastle? You couldn't stop benching points.
Couldn't stop getting, I think there was even one game week where my bench outscored my actual team as well. So it happens, man. And I think that the thing is, like, we're still in that stage of, we're almost in a stage of disbelief about Forest. I don't think anyone can quite believe how well Forest are doing. It's credit to them, credit to the players, credit to the manager.
Yeah.
And they are absolutely flying right now, and they're picking up points not just in the Premier League where people aren't expecting them to, but also in our FPL teams. They're going away to these difficult fixtures and picking up clean sheets, picking up goals and assists all over the gaff. So fair play to them. I might join a little bandwagon myself as well. No, well, not bandwagon. I maybe get ahead of the curve, but I'll talk about that more when it comes to transfers.
Nice.
To the public league very quickly, Tom Stones still leads by 51 points. However, a plethora of managers had a really good week and made moves in terms of up the rankings. Women's to come very shortly. To you both, who would be the best replacements for Mateus Cunha, as mentioned from you, Rev, how he's only out for one league game?
I'm just going to say Gabriel Jesus. I think everyone, like, now that what's his name, Saka is injured, everyone kind of wants a slice of that Arsenal attack. And Martinelli was a good option, but he's taken up a very valuable midfield slot at the moment. And Martinelli also does have some competition for places. I think with Saka out, I think that just moves the goalpost slightly for Gabriel Jesus to be the best option. Arsenal are a really good attacking side. Let's not forget that. And he's going to be starting number 9 for them every week. And, it does feel like a little bit of a sand timer on it, because he might just get injured again. But I'm just going to enjoy the points while they're there, because whenever he plays, he gets points. That's a fact. I don't
think it's been the case for a while, though, has it, with Jesus? We've not obviously seen him playing, have we, because of injury, because of the players that Arsenal have had in. Havertz has nailed down a place. And it's hard for him to get in with Saka and, Martinelli, Trossard rotating. So now he's in that side. He seems to have hit that bit of form, and you've jumped on him, I think. Well, did he get some points the week before as well, or not?
Yeah, he got some points the week before.
Yeah, 16.
And I was, well.
Oh, bless you.
Bless me, yeah.
So you brought him in at Ipswich for Ipswich, was that it? Did you bring him in?
So he did blank, but then I just kept the faith out because, again, good side.
He's off again.
He's off again.
What's going on, Chaz? He's in Spain. We're in England.
Oh, mate.
This guy's sneezing in the tree.
Muting my mic for a little sneeze, but good job on the rev. I can bless myself. Bless me. Yeah. So I think Gabriel Jesus, but what do you think, Reidy? Best Cunha replacement?
I think he's in there. Yeah, Jesus is definitely a talking point on us. Someone that at 6'9", you can definitely afford him if you're going from Cunha to Jesus. And I think, although there's a few forwards that you could sort of mention, if you like, where it was optional to get them because of the price point, I think it's quite tricky still. I mean, João Pedro feels like the obvious one if you want to get loads of money back in the bank and you want to put it elsewhere in your team, not having Saka, obviously, then you could do that and you can go down that route. João Pedro is just one of them, ticks along, I suppose. He's on pens. An interesting one that I'm going to throw in there is actually going to be Cody Gakpo. Been great for Liverpool. Price point wise, 7.3. So
I knew you were going to say that, man.
Yeah, price point wise, 7.3.
But he has been excellent.
He's been good. He's been really good. Whether you can afford it is another thing. It's a decent price point. However, if you haven't got that 0.1, 0.2, because I think Cunha's 7.1 about that, or depending when you bought him, what you'll get. So if you've got that little bit of extra money, do you want to go Gakpo, especially this week, playing Man United at home? He seems to be Slot's kind of favourite, if you like, if he's playing on the left. And in terms of his returns so far, 5, 12, blanked against Spurs, then he got 9 against Fulham. So, and then blanked against Newcastle, he got 9 against City. So he's actually got some really, really decent returns. The only thing I would say is he's only played 90 minutes once during that game week period of 13 to 19. So compared to the likes of Jesus, compared to the likes of who was the other forward I mentioned? Wood. Well, I didn't mention Wood, did I? But João Pedro, sorry. João Pedro. But compared to like a Chris Wood as well, also because he's got to be mentioned, his minutes are a question mark. That's it.
I like it. Great options being named there from you both. Women's League very quickly now. Mira is on a tightrope at the moment, only with a 2-point lead. And in second spot, managed to score 91. And a bit of movement, especially from Linda Stone, closing out the top 4. Now, for those who have Jarrod Bowen, which direction may be the best one to go down?
What do you mean direction? As in, do we sell him if you've got him? Go ahead. I'll hand this over to you two. One of you two can talk about that. I've just gone through forwards.
Yeah, give it a rev because he just tried to curse me when I tried to get him.
Well, I mean, it's your own fault, mate. But imitation is the
that was brilliant. By the way, can I just say sorry to interrupt you, Mikey. Mikey was like, "I've got this transfer up my sleeve. I can't wait." He was so excited. He was like a kid at Christmas. And Chaz had come in there, stole his thunder, went, "Yeah, I think I'm going to do that too."
Yeah,
and Mikey's face.
You know what? Bowen did all right actually as well, but I think there are a few good replacements for Bowen and some that are hitting form like just at the right time. So, if you're sat there with Jarrod Bowen in your team, I think you've got a good few options. I think the first option and the most obvious option is Anthony Gordon. There are two obvious options for me, and then there's the like budget versions of them. So Anthony Gordon or Morgan Gibbs-White, and Forest have got some really good fixtures coming up. But if your budget won't stretch them, or you need to fight fires elsewhere, say for example you do have a Cunha, or you need to field someone else other than Rodgers, and you need to upgrade them, so you downgrade one and then upgrade the other. You do have Anthony Elanga as well, who's been doing well recently, and again, Forest have got some great fixtures coming up. Obviously, they do play Liverpool. Is it not this game week, but next game week? When did they play? Yeah. So they obviously play Liverpool, but after that, it's a great run. But then you've also got Anthony Gordon, and then the budget version of that as well is Jacob Murphy as well, who's also doing great. And so, yeah, Murphy could be a great shout. Elanga could be a great shout. But if you were looking for something a bit more solid, something a little bit less of a minutes risk, then Morgan Gibbs-White or Anthony Gordon are the ones to move for, in my opinion.
I like it. Any love for Brian Mbeumo these days?
I just think, like, in FPL, you've got to strike where the iron's hot, you know. And I look at Newcastle's form, and I think, you know, you've really got to get on to a slice of that at the moment. And then I look at Nottingham Forest form and Nottingham Forest fixtures, and I think, yeah, great. And so, you know, nothing against Brian Mbeumo. I think he's a really good option, but you know, everyone's got Palmer, everyone's got Salah, everyone's got Rodgers, and there's only room for two more in, you know, within that template. And you know, now that Bowen's gone and Saka's gone, Gordon probably becomes a fourth part of that template. So you've only really got one slot there to be a little bit different. You could even go for Sarr from Crystal Palace. If you wanted to, but I just think that, you know, Brian Mbeumo, you know, we might go back to him at some point, but right now, you know, with the form and the fixtures of Newcastle and Nottingham Forest, we'd be silly not to try and get a slice of it.
Do you think that I mean, he's a sort of like a solid, if you don't want minutes risks in your team. And Mbeumo's played 90 apart from, I think, 2 games this season. He's played 89 and 86 minutes, so pretty close still. He's kind of a set and forget. But at what point does Palmer become a question mark? Because we've all got him. He's a, you know, high price, you know, sort of, he's not Salah sort of price, but he's still over 11 mil. Do you take him out at any point, and do you just leave him in and hope he just kind of returns?
I think his effective ownership means he's not a problem. You know, if there was someone else somewhere else getting loads of points, then I would be concerned. But because everyone's in the same boat with him at the moment, then, you know, if he gets points, we're all happy. But if he doesn't get points, then we all don't get points. Like, if that makes any sense.
I see what you're saying. That's true.
So
they've got a decent fixture run still coming up, so don't get me wrong.
They've got a great fixture run. You know, Chelsea have got a great fixture run. And for me, I would need to see a serious drop-off from Chelsea. And also, and, you know, I don't want to make his laugh too hard, guys, but I'd also need to see, like, a real upturn in form from someone like Spurs so that I could move to a Son or a Maddison. Yeah. But I don't think that that's going to happen anytime soon. But I'm willing to be proven wrong. But
well, is this the start of the drop-off? This is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, it's definitely something to monitor, isn't it?
Chelsea have drew 0-0 against Everton. They've lost 2-1 against Fulham. They've lost 2-0 against Ipswich. Games that you'd be expecting them to win. So this could be potentially. I know they've got a decent fixture run. I think they will bounce back in you know, at least 1 or 2 of these games. But it's just something to maybe keep an eye on, because, as you say, though, there aren't loads of other options. However, when it comes to the stage of, you know, Liverpool have got great fixtures. Do you want to load up on another attacker or double defence? Arsenal, do you want to go to a Jesus? You know, Haaland at some point, you know, do you want to facilitate that and get Haaland in? Because, all right, City started looking pretty decent again and he's returning, things like that. So, yes, one to monitor at the minute, but I completely agree what you're saying. If he doesn't get points, we all don't get points. You know, it's
yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Gameweek 20 fixtures, pick one, fire away.
Ooh, spicy.
I'll go first while you both think. It's definitely the early kickoff, because I want to see how many tea ladies Tottenham use in centre-back today, because everyone's genuinely out or ill.
Yeah, I've heard there's going to be like quite a few young players playing, you know, under 21s and stuff like that. Their third choice keeper, I mean, no Forster. What is going on there? Are they trying to get this game called off? Like, you know, that's another thing. Surely, right? If they've got enough players within the squad and they can call up young players, the game goes ahead, right?
I mean, or they can forfeit. Like, you know, like...
Has that ever been... When's the last time someone, you know, a team forfeited?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, though. It's like, you know, it's not going to happen. They're not going to forfeit the game. Yeah. Like, they are going to play whether they like it or not. You know, they can't just go, "Oh, we've got loads of injuries." I'm like, you're a multi-million-pound Premier League club, like. You know, you've got a youth academy. Like, that's what these moments are for. And so, you know, you've got to, you know, get the bit between your teeth, grin and bear it. You know, bite the pillow, so to speak, and just take it.
All right, Mikey. That's a subject for another time. For another podcast, I guess. But I agree. Same Chaz. I mean, it'll be interesting to see who they field. Newcastle will be going there, just tails up at the minute, banging form, and you know you're probably expecting a bit of a hiding in that game. So I think it's a standout game because it'll kind of set the tone for the rest of the week. But what's your game you're going to, Mikey? Who would you pick?
I just think the Spurs Newcastle game is a great pick for all the reasons that you've mentioned. But I think what we need to monitor now, and Reidy alluded to it before, is about the downturn in form for Chelsea and the potential upturn in form for Man City. Because, you know, everyone who sat there like me with Jackson and Palmer in the team, if they blank again, you know, we could be very tempted to move Jackson to Haaland and Palmer to like a 5.5 mil if we've got like a little bit of money in the bank. If you've got 1 mil in the bank, you can do Jackson and Palmer to Haaland and say Jacob Murphy or Alanga, someone like that.
Yeah,
you know, that could happen. So yeah, for me, you know, all eyes on Man City game. You know, if they can start turning it around, we're going to be ripping up our FPL teams. And some wild cards might be getting smashed if Haaland bangs in a Hattie or something like that.
Is it that argument though, Mikey, where if you've got Haaland and Salah, which we would have, that's, you know, you only really want one because you don't want to have that captaincy dilemma? Because, you know, many people are saying that, well, Salah can't carry on this form. He can't do this forever, getting 16 pointers and things like that. However, we are a much, much better attacking side. We look really good. You know, Salah's in form.
Yeah.
Do you believe that necessarily that Haaland will start coming good and people will go, oh, I need both of them in my team because, you know, we've got so much money to play with now. We can free up cash by selling Palmer. Is that something that you want to compromise with, though?
I think it depends on the fixture. So, for example, right, if you're looking at Liverpool versus Man U traditionally, you know, not with Man U in such terrible form, and Man City versus West Ham, it can be a little bit of a coin toss. But, you know, if you look at West Ham's defensive data, at the moment, you could be tempted to go for Haaland because of the explosive nature of his points. Whereas if you're looking for something solid, then you go for Salah, who's just Salah at home, nice and easy. I think if we look at like the first 6 or 7 game weeks of this season, the teams that were doing the best had Salah and Haaland. You know, I kind of entered into the season thinking, oh, it was either or. You kind of have to pick one, and got really punished. And then decided to get Salah back in, and Salah not blanked, but like got like 2 assists 2 game weeks in a row. And then I got rid of him again, and then he suddenly decided to find his footy boots again. So, you know, it was one of them. But I think, you know, Salah and Haaland have shown, you know, particularly in the first quarter there of what we've had so far, that they can work together in our FPL teams. But it requires a very specific set of circumstances, for sure.
Requires a very specific set of skills, doesn't it?
It does. I will find them, and I will.
Yeah. For me, it's Liverpool United. I know we're moving on, but I'll just quickly say, you know, us looking like such an amazing team at the moment. I think Arne Slot was asked in his press conference, "Is this the worst team, the worst Man U team that you've ever come across or faced?" And will you be resting players? So, I know what United are capable of doing just randomly. Like last season, they basically done us over, didn't they, in the cups and things like that. So not taking this game lightly, but in the form we're in and how bad they look, even with the new manager, I am looking forward to this game and hopefully tearing them up. But yeah, go ahead.
Right, before we get to transfers, thanks for pointing out, Rev, and thank you to those who've been patient with the questions. Very quickly, guys, should I sell Odegaard for Gordon? I say yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I think if you got 1 free this week, I think that's a perfect move. As long as there's no other fires for you, John. Gordon's in great form at the moment. Odegaard just looks not the same player with Saka there. Would you agree, Chaz, from watching Arsenal? They're kind of the space is more there when Saka's drawing players in, and Odegaard has got them more time to pick a pass or to shoot, maybe.
Yeah, I am with you on that.
I mean, there's a slight counter to that, which says, with Saka off the pitch, Odegaard gets more set pieces and gets more penalties. But I think, as Reidy says, that you definitely, you want Saka on the pitch if you've got Odegaard, because the chances are he's assisting them sometimes, and he's being that creative force. So Gordon definitely a better option, especially with Tottenham's defensive woes at the moment, for sure.
Next queue, start Enzo or Ahmad. I reckon Enzo.
Ooh, neither are great this week. I'm not going to lie, neither are great. Oh God, I can't decide on this one. I really can't, boys. What do you think?
I would say Enzo, just because of the fixture. Just because of the fixture. I think you'll potentially looking at 2 2-pointers and flipping a coin. But I think because of the chance that Liverpool score 4 or something, you'd probably just better going with Enzo.
Yep. Close your eyes or flip a coin and then go for it.
Prime FPL would be putting your vice captain on Isaac. He scores 4 or 5 goals. Then the game goes ahead and Salah captain blank. Similar to the 9-0 scoreline against Bournemouth.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's another good point, though, is just on the off chance, everyone, that, the Liverpool-Man United game is cancelled, just make sure that your vice captain is perfectly selected this week, Some people might want to put it on Palmer. I myself have put the vice captaincy on Isaac, just to try and capitalise on his great form and Tottenham's defensive woes. But other than that, yeah, good stuff.
Enzo for Alanga, I think yes.
I mean, if you've got no other fires to put out, do you replace Enzo with Alanga? If you've got a free transfer and you've got absolutely nothing else to do, I think it's a great move. I love that move, to be honest. I'm tempted to get Alanga in myself. Yeah.
Cool. All right,
really
5 minutes on transfer movements, and then we're going straight into our teams. Any surprises here? Reidy, Rev, anyone?
Nicholas Jackson being transferred out is a strange one for me, because I don't think he's been that bad. I know he got benched, but of course he's going to get benched at some point. He plays for Chelsea. We all knew this. But Nkunku came in and didn't do anything. So, I imagine Jackson's going to start again, and Chelsea have got great fixtures. So, I think he's a monitor for sure. He's definitely someone to use, on the chop and block, but I don't think we should be chopping him out of our teams just yet. That's the only real surprise for me.
Yeah, for me, it's Rodgers. I unless you've not got a play in 11 this week, you've got a load of flags.
Yeah, that is strange, isn't it?
I'd be holding Rodgers because I think he's great for Villa. So attacking, he's the best of, I would say, the cheap mids. We were talking about Alanga there, and DJY Smash was saying should I replace Enzo with Alanga, which I think is fine. I think Alanga's around roughly 5'2", maybe. But I think for what Rodgers has done and what he offers, I am a little bit puzzled by that one. But yeah, people may be doing it because of not having a play in 11, possibly. For me, the Jackson one, Mikey, is probably more so because people want Chris Wood or Isaac. It feels like it's just as simple as that. If you haven't got either of those, if you've got Cunha and Jackson and you haven't got Wood, for example, then you just they're getting moved out, as simple as that. So that's what I would say. Isaac, people jumping on him now. I mean, he's gone up to what? 9.2 million. He's shot up massively.
He's single-handedly rescuing my team value. Genuinely.
Since game week 14, 11, 8, 11, 17, 8, 7. It's just an incredible run of form from him. But yeah, what about you, Chaz? Any sort of strange ones, surprises, or I'll tell you what, actually, perfect question for you. There's a certain Nottingham Forest player on there that's got a lot of love at the minute. It's quite popular.
Yes. Honestly, it's so good to see him get a lot of love and the recognition he deserves, because he started the season at 4.5, and after their game away at Anfield was 4.4, and now I think he's at 5.1, 5.2. So he's been a brilliant defender to have, just not to bench, sadly. Madison, 5th most transferred out. I think that's justified now too, because it just seems he can't get consistent minutes.
Yeah, justified. Yeah. I've got a question, and it's not related to any of that. And it's for Gary in our chat. Gary, what is a banjo sandwich?
Oh, God. Are you sure you want to be asking that?
What is a banjo sandwich?
Is it like a dingo breakfast? What Quentin says to us?
Yeah. Don't know.
Banjo sandwich.
I'm curious about it every week, and I don't ask.
You know what to do, Mikey. You don't need to ask anyone in the chat or us. You just when we finish the stream, you can Google that and just let us know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure I want to Google it, to be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, boys, nearly just over 15 minutes until deadline. Anyone else got any questions?
Let's crack on. Yeah, that's it. Rev, this is just bus.
Cool. Yeah, so this is my team. I've made 2 free transfers. So obviously you can see that Morgan Gibbs-White is in the team. I did have Jarrod Bowen, and so I've moved Jarrod Bowen to Morgan Gibbs-White. It feels a little bit early for him, but I do think that he might get something out of this Wolves game. I think Wolves leave certain spaces in front of their back line. Even in this new system, I think Morgan Gibbs-White is a great player at exploiting them. So that's my logic behind that move. And then my next move is a total luxury transfer. I've not been in a position to make a luxury transfer for a while, but it's Saar from Crystal Palace, who some people are bringing in to Gordon. But I feel like Gordon's ownership is going to absolutely start killing me if I don't get him in as quickly as possible. And and I can just bench Rodgers. You can't have them all, and so yeah, that's what I'm going for. Little tiny bit of a bench dilemma in that Greaves, got a clean sheet last week, but I don't think I can bench any of them 3 there, and I certainly can't bench any of the attackers. Got Flecken in goal. Chaz. Got Flecken in goal against Southampton for a great fixture there. Imagine having Pickford or someone like that. That would be absolute insanity. But yeah, so the team looks great. I think the team looks really good. I think if I was wild carding, there might be a couple of differences in defense, but it would be close to this team, I think, at the moment, even if I was wild carding.
Nice.
So yeah, very happy with the team.
Excellent. Top stuff, Rev. Best of luck. Very nice and structured too. Reidy, got one lined up?
Yeah, I'll get my team up in a sec. I mean, it's not as juicy, and maybe I'm probably not as much of a confident mood as Mikey about my team. That second wild card's obviously come in, which I've been a little bit tempted with, a little bit. However, it's not going to happen because I've got no transfers to carry over, so it would definitely not make sense. And my team isn't actually in too bad of a kind of state to be able to.
Chris has got wood. Yeah.
Yeah. So I made my moves early in the week. Surprise, surprise. I went early before the Newcastle United and Man United and the Villa game was played. Silly. Me and Mikey were talking on the Sunday. I gave him all the advice in the world. Was really level-headed. Said, "Don't be crazy. Don't blah blah blah." Wait. I got off the phone and what did I do? 3 transfers.
Yeah.
-4.
He was like, because I was like kind of buzzing off like a really good game week, and me and Reidy, we debrief, traditionally on a
debrief.
Sunday.
You messaged me saying, "You know what day it is, don't you?"
Well,
yeah,
because it's our tradition,
I wish you'd have messaged me on the after the Arsenal game would have been the perfect time for you to message me. However, every cloud, I guess, as they say, because I had the exact money to do Matoma, Enzo, and Cunha to Gordon, Wood, and Rodgers. Now, as I said, I've moved into a flag this week. So I've got rid of one and I got another because I got rid of Cunha and I bought Rodgers. Now, Rodgers got his 5th yellow and obviously got suspended. So that nice juicy fixture against Leicester is no more for me. So I should have, in hindsight, as always with FPL, if you do something stupid, I should have just done Wood and Gordon. I had enough money to do those 2 moves. They were fine. There's no risk of yellows or suspensions or whatever, and I could have held off on the Rodgers move. But it is what it is. We're here. And I've still got no playing keeper, so that
no goalkeeper. I was just about to say, how much does that concern you?
Well, that should have been.
And is there a plan?
There isn't a plan. No, I'm going to play with 10 this week because this is where I've massively messed up. Now, if I'd have we've had price rises, so like I said, every cloud, I've managed to catch some price rises for Chris Wood, so that's fine, that's good. And I've managed to catch a price rise for Gordon as well. So that they were good moves, right? Similar to you, Mikey, you brought in a Forest and a Newcastle. However, if I'd have just kept hold of, where is he? Enzo, and I'd have not made that -4, that extra move, I would have had 0.4 in the bank. Fabianski out for the -4. I'd have been 4-5 for a playing goalkeeper. So I could have got the likes of Henderson, probably only Henderson or Flecken, or maybe Verbruggen. Sorry, one of those 3 probably would have went for Henderson, even though I've got Chelsea attackers because Palace's fixtures, they've got some decent ones coming up. Leicester, West Ham, Brentford, United. They've got some good fixtures, and he's been decent. So that is what you call FPL hindsight, boys. Maybe I should change my my name to that.
Yeah,
FPL hindsight.
A little bit unlucky, mate, but I think, at the end of the day, and Enzo been creating a stink in your team for a while, and it's quite easy to be reactive, kind of like, Gary with his banjo sandwich when he spills the crumbs on his chest and he brushes them off.
I don't think they're getting spilt on his chest, mate. They're getting spilt somewhere else. But that's me for this week. I mean, going back to the actual team, Mo's captain. I'm going to change the vice to Isaac, even though we don't think there's any problems with Gandhi. Early kickoff?
No.
Hey, look at what Colm's got, by the way. Colm, by the way, flexing the 5 free transfers on us. Very nice.
Oof.
Well done. Yeah, Semenyo to Gordon is an excellent move as well. He's just living the FPL dream right now. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Well
what
done.
do you think then, boys? Overall summary, team looking okay. I need to basically just stay calm, right?
Mate, I love it. You've taken a hit too.
You love the fact that I know that, Chazza, you little shit. But
yeah.
No playing keeper. What? Right. Let me just put it to this before you go to Chazza, because I know we're getting close to the deadline, and I know you want to make some moves, Chazza. But I feel like I know what you're going to say. However, I don't want a wild card, right? I was tempted. However, would you potentially take a bigger hit, like a -12, to get a playing keeper this week, or is it simply just not worth it?
No, not worth it.
Not worth it at all, is it? That's
No.
okay. Or you'd say yes because you'd be like, yeah, do it. Go on.
You'd need a penalty save or something for it to be worth it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Good to go.
I am good to go because we've made one move, Cunha to Wood. Someone says take a hit, and that's exactly what we're doing as of right now. Our first hit of the season. So we're going to the transfers page.
Oh my God! How many flags, Chazza?
Oh,
all of
1,
them.
2, 3, 4.
4 flags.
Oof.
Here we go.
But you've got to play and keeper, so. Well, I guess the pick for
Bowen out.
Yeah. Flecking could have been kept from last week, right? You would have had an extra.
Chazza, I swear to God, if you bring him
Morgan, Gordon, don't be saying I swear to God, Mikey.
No, mate. If he brought in Morgan Gibbs-White, I'd have ended.
Oh, wait, stop, Chazza. Don't confirm yet. What about Gibbs-White, mate? Look at that. What about Gibbs? No, Gordon.
Mate, I just swear down.
It's got to be Gordon.
No brainer.
And who are you benching?
Greaves. In case the Liverpool United game gets called off too.
Oh my God!
Well,
if the Liverpool United game was to get called off, Chazza, would you be playing with 9?
10. I
10.
think if everyone's
you'd be playing with 10. Yeah, you'd be playing with 10 because you've got Greaves in for one of Virgil or Salah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How are we feeling about your team then, Chazza, this week? Similar to me?
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Music to my ears.
I mean, if we get a blank from Sarr, Jackson, and Palmer, Everton concede. You know, there are many possibilities, but I think we're in a very similar sort of position. We've both got quite similar teams as well, apart from I've got an Arsenal defender and no keeper, so you're already one up there. But we've got Virgil, Robinson, Palmer, Salah, Gordon, Isak, Wood, Jack. We've got the same forward line basically, Chazza. So you've got an extra player in Aina really. But Luis Diaz for me is the one that I'm hoping pulls me out the fire, like he has previously at the beginning of the season when I didn't own Haaland or Salah. I mean, kill me now. What was I even thinking? But yeah, it looks like we're set. Captaincy, we on Salah, all of us.
We are on.
Yeah,
well, I hope so. To be fair,
and Vice, Chaz. Isak. What about you, Chaz?
Salah, Vice, Isak. But I've got some interesting stats if you guys are still got the attention span today.
Go for it.
Cool. Right. No, not you. Can you get away?
Yay!
Go away, you. Right. 5 minutes to go. Salah, he's already had 200 points, 14 appearances against the Red Devils, 12 goals and 6 assists. In his 18 appearances this season, he has already achieved 30 goal involvement, 17 goals, 13 assists, and 30 was his amount of last season. We're only halfway through. Cole Palmer, he's registered 3 assists in his 2 meetings against Crystal Palace. His 25 shots over the last 6 game weeks are only better by Salah, with the latter having 27. Now, Isak. Straight to the point. Spurs have 7 starters out, 4 being first-choice centre-backs. Spurs have as well conceded 14 goals and allowed 26 big chances across their last 6 matches. He's scored 62 points in the last 6 game weeks, which is only bettered by Salah. Erling Haaland, very quickly. The Hammers conceded 5 against Liverpool to kick things off. In addition, Norwegian got back on the score sheet with a goal against Leicester City. And he did also get a hat-trick earlier in the season against the Hammers, making it 7 goals in his 5 league appearances against the East London-based side. Ollie Watkins at home to Leicester, final one. 12 points last week against Brighton. Duran is still suspended. And the Foxes have conceded the most goals of any team away from home this season with 25. Sorted. But there's a runaway leader. Cheers.
Fair play, guys. Fair play. Let us know in the comments who you are captaining as well. That'd be great, yeah. But maybe definitely not a week to overthink it. For sure. But yeah. Chaz, who are you captaining?
You've asked me this.
Salah?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was just checking. Double checking.
Yeah. That's fine. Well, I reckon that does it.
Yeah, that's great. With 4 minutes to spare for the deadline.
Yeah.
Chaz, Reidy, you're muted.
Oh, shit. I keep forgetting. I could end up with 9 players this week if the Liverpool game gets called off.
Oh, no.
I've got no keeper, and I've got 3 Liverpool, so I'd have 8 Orion Greaves off the bench. Oh. Should I just wildcard now, last minute? What?
No.
Do it.
I think it was more upside in taking the -4 to bring Gordon in this week.
Yeah.
It's mainly because of a Liverpool Man United game.
I know Gary would love to see a wild card happen live. He looks keen for it.
Yeah, he's gagging for it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gagging deep.
He wants a wild card as well.
He wants the wild card as well.
Yeah.
Oh baby. Yeah, boys. I mean, we've got this game week. Then
We haven't looked at our mini league.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We looked at it.
And our mint at the FPL Addicts mini league.
Yeah, we
Get
had a
it
look.
back up.
Oh well. Let's just have a look at how much I need to catch us because this could be a huge game week. I think in terms of the dynamic of our mini league.
Yeah, you're only 5 points behind Ollie. Actually, I'll just bring it up now.
Yeah, I mean, like the goal has got to be for me to catch you two. Like, you know, we're only halfway through this season, and you know, it's fine margins at the end of the day. And so yeah, I'm there on. I'm basically 100 points behind Chazza. You know, that's like a couple of bad weeks for Chazza, a couple of good game weeks for me, and then I'm right back in the hunt then. So yeah, hoping for another good game week this week. In before a 20-pointer.
We'll just sit in silence and wait for the clock to tick. 10-day break. 2 after this.
Yeah, so we've got League Cup, FA Cup. It's not an international break, so there's still football on, so to speak, which is great. So yeah, semis of the League Cup: us v Spurs, Arsenal v Newcastle, and then you've got League Cup at the weekend. Man City plays Salford, bit of a derby, so to speak. Tottenham go away to Tamworth. I think Newcastle play Bromley, is it? Or was it Leeds who play Bromley? No, Leeds play Harrogate. Arsenal United in the FA Cup, Chazza. Happy with that? I mean, you've got to be happy. It's a good draw right at this stage.
Yeah, it's at the Emirates, which helps.
Yeah.
Who Everton playing, Rev? Why you put more sneeze into your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm suddenly full of cold. Yeah, not a great. What? Who are Everton playing in the Premier League? Did you say? Bournemouth.
FA Cup.
Oh, who are we playing? Someone like, but not necessarily Peterborough. I could just Google it. Yeah, let me Google it.
That's it, boys. I was looking at a wild card just then, just to see if I could do it in time, but nah.
Were you actually going to send it? What would the wild card look like this week?
It would have been, for me, it would have been Pickford, Henderson. The defence would have been Trent, Robinson, Hall, Nunez, and Greaves. Just because
Mikalenko for the double coming up.
I couldn't upgrade. We did. No, I had 4.1, so I couldn't get to Mikalenko.
Right.
I could, However, it would have compromised Luis Diaz, which I don't think this week would be a good decision to take him out. And if you're wildcarding, we'll say that. I could get another Liverpool thingy. But then I had midfield basically stayed the same. And the only difference up top was Jesus for Jackson. So I would have been changing 5 defenders. No, 4 defenders. So it would have been 2 keepers. Trent, Hall, Munoz. So, 5. And then I'd have been changing a striker. So 6 players in total in the team with 0.2 in the bank.
Did you see Spurs leaked lineup for today?
No, go on. Is it juicy? Is it interesting, Chaz?
Well, in fairness, it's from Alex Volo, in case any of you seen the tweet. So we've got Ange in goal.
Big Ange in goal. Yeah.
We've got Porro, John Cena at centre back, someone's dog, DJ Spence.
Someone's dog. John Cena.
Oh my God.
Basuma, Dele Alli, Kulusevski, Solanke,
Dele
Henderson on the bench.
Oh, bless him. Bloody hell.
That's how I wanted to part for today's pod. It was good. Thanks to you both. We got our next one in a handful of days, so we got a bit of a break.
Yeah, and Gary as well, hoping his team scores like Luke the Nuke. What? So you mean you're just going to get double 10, so a 20-pointer then, Gary? Yeah, is that what you're hoping for?
Oh God,
mate, those double 10s were insane. By the way, absolutely, he's got it on lock.
Double 10.
Did you watch the darts, Reidy, last
night?
Oh,
I didn't know. Yeah, I know Littler won though, didn't he?
Oh, this is intriguing. A -8 hit
for Wisa.
Away at Southampton.
What the hell?
Oh wait, yeah. I want to say something. Is it Savio or Savinho? Rev, Cubison.
Think about me, think about you. Mispronounce Savinho.
There you go.
I've seen a couple of teams.
He wants 20 points off each player. He's not asking for much. You know, Gary, you deserve it, mate. You deserve it.
I've seen a couple of people look at this, listen to this for a midfield: Salah, Foden, Palmer, Murphy.
That's a very Rev sort of lineup.
It's a bit of different one, isn't it?
It's a very Rev kind of lineup, isn't it?
Yeah. Jacob Murphy pre-season.
Mo Salah this week, EO 99.9%, projected 34.9. Crazy.
Phil Foden option. You know, if Palmer blanks and Foden scores, what do we do? We're going to see, aren't we? Yeah. Just wanted to select.
A few people still believe the game on Sunday will be postponed or could be postponed. I'm hoping not. I mean, I think come 4:30 on Sunday, it's going to be lashing it down with rain, and the snow will have cleared up.
Yeah.
What do you think about Rico Lewis? I mean, I know we haven't got him. None of us have got him. Well, maybe someone in the mini league might have him. But do we think that's it? It's that sort of just why have him? Get rid if you've still got him.
Yeah, there's nothing bad.
It's the wrong Lewis, isn't it? It should have Lewis Hall, not Rico Lewis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah. John David just made a great point. He Kudus has just become the talisman of West Ham now that Bowen is out. Yeah. So he's,
Or maybe we see the return of Danny Ings, who's been left out in the cold for a little bit.
Oh, imagine.
You know what? Whenever he plays, he somehow either wins a pen or random goal. It's just Fulkrug's not really kind of done it.
No, they were talking about that on the show the other night about how Fulkrug is just not quite there yet, and so I don't know if he needs more time to settle or if it's just if he's just not there. He's not on
injuries, yeah. When's the last time we saw a prolific German striker in the Premier League? Does anybody know? Anyone think of anyone?
Prolific German striker in the Premier League.
Obviously, from a midfielder point of view, we've had Gundogan, Ozil, Ballack, but they're not strikers. Remember Lucas Podolski?
Yes, he was a great player. Owns a kebab shop now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucas Podolski, man. Werner. Oh God, he's not.
Oh.
I mean, is Kai Havertz in the conversation? Like, he's the only German striker I can think of.
Yeah, but when I say the word prolific,
well, he's been all right for Arsenal.
There's never really been one. To be fair. Karl-Heinz.
The only other good German player I can think of is, and he was killing it for Man City. I thought it was insane when they sold him, was Leroy Sané.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a fallout or a relationship issue between him and Pep, right? Attitude, etc.
But again, another German forward who was quite good.
Similar story though with Arsenal getting rid of Gnabry. You know, he turned out to be
turned out to be absolutely elite. Yeah.
So similar thing. Both ended up at Bayern though. But yeah, from a striker point of view.
From a stream point of view, I'm done. So see ya.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Let's call it there. But thanks for everyone for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yes, that's all right.
Gave me 21 peeps. Wow.
Ciao. Let me just, that's
Thanks,
it.
everyone.
Yeah, ciao.